Hey folks, Deano here again. This time take a look at one of the final batch of the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection Remastered figures from Mighty Morphin. So yeah, the rest of them are on the way, I've been told. This was just the first one to come in stock, so just bear with me if you're looking forward to these. But yeah, I got these figures from quite a small store down in England called the Whole Shebang. They've got an online store. I suggest you look them up because smaller retailers do need support these days. So yeah, let's get into the figure first, shall we? So, first things first is the box. It's your typical Hasbro plastic-free packaging, the dreaded stuff. Decent render on the front of the figure there. Some artwork on the side. Lightning Collection Remastered at the top. And up here, 30th anniversary logo. 30th anniversary logo again. And a picture of the whole team on the side. You'll notice these two are swapped. Red doesn't have the shield, green does. Don't know whether that was done just for this group shot or whether it's an indication of what's happened to this release. But another render and a picture of everything that it comes with. And Jason Lee Scott, green no more. So yeah, the controversy surrounding this figure is that they haven't included a head sculpt from Austin St. John, and instead, as a sort of cop-out, they've included Green's shield and said it's from a specific episode. Some people are saying it's because of the legal issues surrounding Austin St. John now. I'm on the fence about it, to be honest. It kind of seems like this was deliberate. They maybe just took out the head at the last minute. But yeah, once you see the shield and stuff, it kind of becomes obvious that this was based on that specific episode to start with. But yeah, let's get rid of the box, shall we? And take a look at the figure. So yeah, put him here just now, have a look at the accessories. So, as with all the Mighty Morphin remasters, he comes with a little swirl effect in his own colour. This one is red. It's decent enough, soft plastic. It kind of sits okay. This one isn't as badly warped as some of the other ones I've had. So yeah, this will be going with my Super Saiyan gods. Some people were complaining that they didn't get the right accessories with this guy. The standard Hasbro QC issues strike again, but I actually got everything that I should have, so I'm happy with that. Comes with the Blade Blaster in holster mode, which fits nicely into the holster itself, just like that. Comes with the Blade Blaster in blaster mode, which again, I'm starting to wonder why they've made peg holes for like effect pieces, seeing as how the line's going on hiatus, and we're not going to see any effect pieces for these. Not sure what was happening there. And Blade Blaster in blaster mode. So yeah, these are all quite nicely painted. Nice silver where the Power Rangers or Zyuranger logo would be, and some silver on the blade section. Not sure why they didn't just take the red round to the barrel, seeing as how the barrel should be silver. I mean, come on Hasbro, it's literally right here. He comes with the power sword, which has a bit of a defect on the top for me, but that's fine. I can just have it displayed this way. Nice detailing, and it's nicely painted. You've got some nice golds. You can actually make out the T-Rex logo right there. It's much better on this side than on this side. Seems to be missing its lower jaw. You've got the green jewels, and the black and gold handle has also been painted nicely. I don't know if the paint will rub off on this handle as easily as the original or colour swap figures would. But yeah, it's very well detailed. I do appreciate that. In terms of hands, he comes with a pair of Morpher holding hands. Speaking of which, that's the Morpher there. Can I get a clearer view of that? There we go. So yeah, you can clearly see the T-Rex logo right there for such a tiny piece, and it's painted rather well. Holds it securely, and the top one just rests on it like so. So yeah, do like that. A lot of people are questioning why those are even in these packages. I like to think it's the back to action pose that they do, because obviously they're already suited up, so why would they need to morph? But that's my headcanon for it anyway. And in the package, he comes with a pair of holding hands / posy hands. Those are on him in the package, but I swapped them out for the fists, just for the review, because it looks better. And yeah, they've all got hinges that go various directions. Thankfully, the gripping hands, the hinges go in the right direction now. Some of the older figures I reviewed, they were going the wrong way. So sword holding hands and stuff looked a bit daft. And his last accessory, which really should have came with green, but what you're going to do, it's too late to change anything now, is the dragon shield. And yeah, people are also saying this doesn't even look accurate, but it does to that specific episode. That is literally how they've got away with it. Could they have done with maybe a peg hole here to slot the dragon dagger holster on? Yes, that would have been amazing, but they took it off the specific episode Green No More, in which Tommy transfers his powers to Jason, but you don't see the holster appear because it's American footage. That also accounts for the sort of strange design of the dragon shield. This is actually meant to be the American dragon shield, which was a sort of cloth piece that looked horrible. But I think they've done a good job with it. We'll quickly take it off. Once green comes in, I'll show everyone how this gets put on a figure. But we'll just quickly take it off just now. So the armbands just easily come off. They're soft, rubbery plastic. Hopefully that doesn't degrade over time. That comes off as well. It's a really nice gold, by the way. There is some mould lines, unfortunately, so they don't look amazingly good, but it gets the point across. And to take off the shield, you first decapitate him. That is the easiest way to get these off, I've found, is just to grab him by the chin and force it up. So yeah, in the back, there's a couple of pegs. Those just come off easily. Just be careful in case yours is tight, because this is a soft plastic and it can rip. and that just comes off like that. So you'll notice on the back there are holes at the top. That's just a fun little thing Hasbro have added in, so that you can put it on the females. The armbands don't fit on the female figures, but it's still nice that they even thought it up. So yeah, the shield looks really good. This gold injected plastic is very nice to look at, very shiny. No painting needed on this one. And yeah, you can see the obvious curve that they've done for the American style one, because the Japanese one is just like straight onto the shoulder. So yeah, unfortunately, a bit of a moulding line there from where the sprue has been cut off. Not much you can do about that. Don't understand why Hasbro didn't make the sprues at the back instead of the front. That's a bit silly to me, but what are you going to do? And black is painted quite nicely. So yeah, here's the figure without the shield. It pops off and on nicely enough. Don't see any paint issues with the diamonds. They look good. They're even nicely centered on this one, which is very nice. So yeah, finally getting into the figure himself. I do like him. The Morpher, you can quite clearly see the T-Rex there. It's nicely painted and tampographed on. And yeah, you've got the extra black lines on the belt for detail. They're a little bit thick for my liking. I think I said that on Blue and Yellow's reviews. But it gets the point across what they're trying to do, because the black was on the actual show designs. But yeah, the boots are nicely detailed as well. Yep, that one's a little bit off-centered, but you can get away with it. And yeah, even the helmet is nicely detailed. They unfortunately never managed to put the white onto it, because it should be silver teeth with white on the outline, if I'm remembering correctly. They've done the exact same with green. Details are probably too small for them to bother trying, unfortunately. But yeah, a lot of people who were getting this figure in America were complaining that the hip joints in particular were way too loose. I've got the opposite problem. Mine's are actually really tight, to the point that this one is quite dangerously tight. Like, I feel as if I'm going to have to dip that in some hot water, or it might end up just snapping on me, to be honest. Yeah, I have no loose joint issues on mine whatsoever, so I don't know if I get a different batch from them. But I'm quite glad, because green and red are obviously my most looked forward to figures of this line. So yeah, in terms of articulation, he can look up decently enough. Can't really look down any. Side to side and swivel. The neck swivels as well. Arms can go up actually really far. Go up that far. Swivel, completely unimpeded. Sorry. The hinge here doesn't go as far as I'd like, but it gets the point across, and it does do the job well enough. Bicep swivel, it's nice and tight. Double joint at the elbow, can get past 90, and the hinge and swivel joint at the wrist. Again, the abs very tight. Side to side movement is fine, but you really cannot move him. You can't swivel that joint at all. I'm worried that's going to break. The waist hinge can go down really far, can go back really far as well, and yeah, it's not even all that noticeable, so I don't mind that at all. As I said with the legs, they can do the splits, but with how tight mine are, that's about as far as I can go with them, without the risk of breaking it. You can kick up nicely, can't really kick back because his rear end has been moulded in. Thigh swivel, double joint at the knee. The bottom part of the knee is tight on mine. There we go. Can get pretty much the full range there. And the Hasbro boots, which have a boot cut, hinge up, hinge down, and almost perfect ankle pivot. So yeah, all in all, I'm quite impressed with this guy. Obviously, the American reviewers have proved that there are multiple different manufacturers of this guy in particular, seeing as how they had loose joints and I didn't. Hopefully, if you get yours is like this, because you can always loosen a joint, but it's quite difficult to tighten one. So yeah, all in all, definitely something I'd recommend going to pick up. He will make a nice display piece with the rest of the remastered figures once I get them. And yeah, guys, until next time, I'll see y'all later.